So a blend of Leon the Professional and the Commando. Hey, what's going on, bingers? Binge Paul Sheriff back again with another video. This one I'm going to be doing my review for the Netflix original Extraction. So the plot follows a black ops mercenary who must rescue a drug lord's kidnapped son from Bangladesh. Overall, the action in it's pretty good. There's no shaky cam. Everything's done all in like a long takes, practical effects. This film is directed by Sam Hargrave. He's an upcoming director, former stunt choreographer from the Marvel movies, Captain America Civil War, and the Avengers films, which is also written by the Russo brothers who brought us Civil War and the Avengers. Given that this is his first project in the director's helm, Sam Hargrave did an okay job. The writing in this movie's definitely not good, but as far as the action goes, it's passable. I feel as if it does get a little sloppy over time. Fun fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis were considered for the role in this movie. I kind of see why that they didn't. This movie's definitely made for more of a younger type action star. Chris Hemsworth is definitely in the realm for this type of film. The color palettes in this movie are good for what it's for, an action movie out in the desert. It's more of a yellow type color palette. We do get a set of blue color palettes when the film is being flashback between the young boy's character arc, which I gotta say, this kid does an excellent job in this movie. This movie definitely is cheesy as far as the action scenes go. This movie's definitely not your realistic type action movie. It's not a war movie. It's definitely a film that was inspired by the old classic 80s and 90s action films. I mean, you literally have Chris Hemsworth jumping off of a cliff, landing into a small body of water and meditating on the bottom. That's what you're walking into in this film. My main problems with the movie, there's nothing unique with this film. This is one of those type of action films that it's honestly a disposable action movie. If you want to watch a quick action movie, this one would be for you. If you like Chris Hemsworth, I would recommend this movie to you. But if you're looking for something to really think about and to dive into, even for an action film, this isn't the Bourne movies, this isn't Taken. I wouldn't even say this is John Wick. This movie has inspiration from John Wick as far as the gun fu. Chris Hemsworth's really good at the stunt choreography and actually shooting the guns. We've came a long way from Hollywoodized action. At this point, you have to make the action realistic for us to buy it. And the problem was, even with the action scenes, because the writing was so poor, I had a hard time understanding what was actually going on. For example, you have this character that was wearing a cop suit, and then he turns on the cops. I'm like, okay, you're not part of the cops? Like, I don't understand. A lot of convenience shots where Chris Hemsworth is fighting a character, we go to another character trying to run away, and right when that character running away is in harm, Chris Hemsworth comes out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, how did you get there? Unfortunately, even though Chris Hemsworth is a good action star, I feel like the writing didn't bring out his character. He did not play a likable character. He was more or less just a grunt, angry type character. And even though I feel as if that's okay, we still need that connection. He is the star actor. Also, the villains in this movie are rather weak. There's not really a point to them other than they're just assholes. There's a scene where this guy literally throws a kid off from the top of a building, and there's not really a point to it. It was just like, okay, these guys are bad guys. We need more of a connection to why they're being bad guys. I understand these guys are mercenaries or whatever you would call them, cartel, mobsters, fill in the gap. I don't really know what they were. Only the movie just ends. I feel like the writers didn't know how to end the movie, so they just kind of give it a crazy twist at the end. The rate that it happened, I'm glad it happened, but it just didn't make too much sense. And I don't want to get any spoilers. I feel like it could have been a John Wick, but for Netflix. It was basically just, they focused too much on it being a quick cash grab. Production could have been rushed. I don't know what happened, but I feel as if that it was rushed to a point where the potential was just lost at a certain point. The best action sequences were in the center of the movie. The action scenes in the climax weren't even good. It was just people just shooting one another, and like I said before, really couldn't grasp too much on character motives and whatnot. So even though we're seeing gunfire and all these cool effects, I just couldn't connect with the characters and understand the motives for them. So with that, I can only give this movie a 1 out of 5. I can see somebody who's into really cheap action movies to see this movie. If you like Chris Hemsworth, give it a shot. Otherwise, I feel like there's other action movies that you can go see that would be better. Tell me what you thought of the video, like and subscribe, and until next time, keep on binging.